Okay, Cabinet Cures design tip number 5, 6, and 7. First of all, tip number 5. This cabinet was originally out of an early 1990s home, oak cabinets. It was the cabinet that went above a desk area. So like all cabinets that went above desk areas in the early 1990s, it has cubby holes here. The original doors would have stopped right here, which means you still had these cubby holes showing. That number one, they're very dated. Number two, you don't want to look at the stuff that's in them. Nobody ever really did. I'm not quite sure why they came up with that idea. So if you're doing a reface project, put taller doors on. It's just that simple. We can custom build taller doors that instead of stopping here and exposing those cubby holes, the doors go all the way from the top to the bottom. The cubby holes are hidden behind the doors. They're still there, but you don't have to rebuild the cabinet to get rid of them. All you have to do is put on taller doors. And you've still got the cubby holes if you want to use them, but nobody can see that they're there anymore. That is a huge update to a 1990s kitchen. Cubby holes are extremely dated because they only did that for about a 10-year period in the mid-90s to early 2000s, and it just was not a good look. So very simple, very easy way to get rid of them. If you're doing a reface job, have Cabinet Cures give you taller doors and get rid of the cubby holes. Custom design tip number 6. Along with those upper cabinets always came a desk. And nobody wants the desks in the kitchen anymore because nobody has a telephone on them anymore, because a lot of people don't even have telephones in their kitchens anymore. So what we are doing a lot is we are tearing out the desk area, raising the cabinet up to counter height because desks would have originally been lower. So we're actually building a new cabinet. We're raising it up to counter height and we're turning it into a wine rack. And over on this side, we have a wine cooler coming that's a stainless steel wine cooler that will match the rest of the appliances going into the showroom. So instead of having a desk with a lot of clutter on the top of it and an upper cabinet with cubby holes that are showing, you've now turned this into a custom cabinet, and all you really replaced was this lower cabinet, which is very easy if you're doing a reface. It's very easy to build a new cabinet and reface it to match everything else that you're doing, and nobody will ever be able to tell. And you can put your wine there, you can put your wine cooler here. You can also turn this into a bank of drawers if you want, or just doors. But what it does is it just gets rid of the desk. Again, a very, very custom upgrade. Updated upgrade. That's the main thing, is you're updating your kitchen. When you're doing a custom reface, go to the extent of making sure that you are updating your kitchen at the same time. Do not get talked into just refacing your existing cabinets. That's great, that's wonderful. They're going to look nicer, but you need to do the updates at the same time. You need to get rid of the cubby holes. You need to get rid of the desk. You need to make sure that you're doing all of the updates because it's not difficult and it's not expensive during your reface. Cabinet Cures custom tip number 7. When you're picking your countertops, number 1, always pick your cabinet wood, species, and color first. Your cabinets are the most prominent thing in your kitchen, far beyond your countertops and your backsplash. You really should always pick your cabinet color first. Not just your color, but your wood species. Are you going to paint? Are you going to do cherry? These are cherry cabinets with a harvest stain. But make sure that you always pick your cabinetry first, whatever it is you're doing. Because then what you do, these cabinets have a black glaze on them. So what we did was we picked a countertop that has black specks in it, because the black glaze will pick up the black specks in the countertop. Now this countertop could be light colored, dark colored, as long as it has these black specks and the black glaze on these doors, it's going to pull that together. We picked the backsplash because the backsplash has the brown squares, and the brown squares also tie into the color of the wood on the doors. So what you do, it's not that you want all your colors to be the same. You want your colors to be different, but they have to tie together. very, very important that your colors tie together in one way or the other on your countertops and your cabinets. So that's where glazing becomes extremely important. It's very hard to find brown specks in your granite that are going to match your brown cabinets. But if you're doing a black glaze, it's very easy to find countertops that have black specks. If you're doing a tinted lacquer, and your tinted lacquer is an off-white, but you're doing a chocolate glaze, that's going to be a dark brown glaze. It's very easy to find countertops that are going to have dark brown specks in it. And what that's going to do is pull the entire kitchen together and give you a very, very custom look.